Hello, my name is Phealin, and we will be playing Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. The director's cut. I have not played this version, I played the old version, the first version. So yeah. Before we start though, I just want to say I'm moving, as I probably mentioned a few times already, but I'm moving at the end of this month. However, due to some problems with where I get my money from, I will have I will have a very low budget on stuff, so I'm not sure if I can afford to have internet the first month or two until this economy problem is solved. So yeah, I can't guarantee a daily upload of videos. I will try to figure out a way to make videos and upload them, but I can't promise anything. So yeah, I just wanted that said out of the way, and yeah, let's get into the game.
Paris, city of love, romance and dreams. So they say. I used to say it too, but ever since that day, the day of the murder, I've always associated my beloved Paris with death.
Also, I don't know really how the sound is. The sound was good before, but the sound's a little bit loud. Also, I'm recording in a different way. I am recording by having my speakers rather than headset, because my head, well, yeah, I'm having some problems with my headset and my ears are still a bit sore, so I didn't want to risk it. So, yeah. That sound, I was unwrapping a piece of candy. Needed a little bit of power.
I was at home having a bath when my editor called.
Collard, get your ass over to the Palais Royal now. You got an interview. With Pierre Carchon. Yes, the Pierre Carchon. No photos, so leave your gear at home. He asked for you personally. Don't ask me why. Anyhow, this could be big, so if he makes a pass, don't forget. Just smile, say yes, and keep taking notes.
So charming and so very apt. Pierre Carchon was a media king, a national hero, and one of the most infamous adulterers in Europe. He and his wife Imelda were just one step down from royalty. Whoa, I hate mimes, but unless you humor them, they don't go away.
He's scary
Here
looking.
I was, the palace of the media king and the ice cream. I pressed the doorbell and set in motion a chain of events which would change my life forever.
Yes? What is it?
Madame, my name is Nico Collard. I'm here to see Monsieur Carchon.
Come up, we're on the first floor.
Madame Carchon, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I'm sure.
The Ice Queen was certainly living up to her reputation. Will you be staying for the interview?
Mademoiselle, I know little of my husband's business affairs, and I care even less. I certainly have no intention of watching him pore over yet another pretty little journalist.
Pretty? You're too kind, madame.
The talented and very beautiful Mademoiselle Collard. Such a pleasure to meet you at last.
Monsieur Carchon, I am honored.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
Call me Pierre, please. But I do not flatter you idly. I was a friend of your father. He was a great man.
My father, he never mentioned.
He and I were very close. And then his death. So tragic. I must... Imelda, your damned cat's in my study again. Another Ming vase, I suppose. Excuse me for one moment, my dear girl.
Of course, my neighbors.
You journalists are getting younger each year.
Perhaps it's the rest of the world getting older, madame. That was no cat.
God, what? Monsieur Carson!
Ow.
He's dead. I must call the police. You'd better stay here.
There was a man. It was the mime. Do you think he...
Well, I believe we can rule out suicide, don't you?
No wonder they called her the Ice Queen. She would have been top of my list of suspects if I hadn't seen the attacker myself. And if I hadn't come across a couple of murders just like this already. One of the most important men in Europe murdered. And here was I, Nico Coulard, alone at the scene of the crime. Should I wait for the cops? Or start my own investigation? It was a no-brainer.
Right. First of all, I hope you can't hear the neighbors playing their music. They play it lower than usual, but yeah. Right, so this game is a point-and-click game. I decided I don't want to start something too interesting for myself. Because, you know, I don't want to get hooked on it and then, you know, get frustrated that I can't play it while I'm moving. Not that this game isn't interesting, don't get me wrong. I like the game. I have played it before once, maybe twice. So yeah. Okay, yeah, okay. I think at least I played the first game. I might have played only the second game.
Filled with obscure first editions.
Let's trick him out.
Mimes and guns don't usually go together, but I had an idea that this was no ordinary mime. I'd come across this murderer before, and written about him. The costume killer, at least that's what I'd called him.
There's something here.
It was one of my hair clips. My favorite, in fact. It must have fallen when I was knocked down. Some people hate searching corpses for clues. Me, I'm okay with it. Reminds me of an old boyfriend.
Okay.
In his pocket, I found a ticket stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. Taking the ticket meant I tampered with the evidence. There was no going back now. Carchon had been shot.
No, really? Anything
I
else?
closed his eyes. It was the least I could do for the poor fellow. I opened his eyes. Best to leave the crime scene as I found it.
Okay then. Alright, I think that's all we can find on him. So let's go back. Let's check out this
A
thing.
bust of Pierre Carchon, humble servant of La France.
I don't think we can go out that way because I think his wife is gonna say it was I who did it.
A small round piece of glass had been cut out of the pane. This was a professional job. The killer must have used a ladder to reach the window. He was long gone. Guess he folded that ladder up, popped it in his pocket and took it with him.
Okay, I guess I'm not...
I didn't want to cut myself and leave blood on the glass. Call me old-fashioned, but I like to keep my DNA to myself.
Let's go out then.
The police could turn up at any minute. Somewhere there were clues to the murder, and I needed to find them.
There's something on the table here.
I reckoned that cloth might just turn out to be useful.
Oh, hello.
Even my fingernail wouldn't fit into such a small hole.
Do I have anything? Aha!
Ah, Nico, you are just so damn good at this stuff.
I don't think I played this one. I don't recognize this
Instead
at
of
all.
comforting Imelda, I was ransacking her flat. Why? Because there was something going on here, and I had to get answers before the cops arrived. And hey, she'd been rude to me, so she had it coming.
That's one excuse, I guess. What the hell was that even?
A key. Maybe a safe key.
Ah. Okay, do we have anything else over here?
A magnificent antique table.
What about this paint? Can I take it?
It was a tube of acrylic paint.
Oh.
French ultramarine. Just the color I was after for my bathroom.
I'm sorry, I have to go. Someone is...
Young lady, what are you doing? Oh, this paint. It's my favorite color.
For God's sake, keep the damn stuff.
Imelda had talent, but I certainly wasn't going to tell her that.
Let's go talk to her. See, oh well, see if we can talk to her.
Excuse me, madame.
Yes?
Why would a mime want to kill your husband?
Pierre had plenty of enemies. Half the husbands in Paris for a start.
How did your husband know my father?
I have no idea.
You didn't know him? Thierry Collard?
Pierre knew a lot of people I didn't know, most of them women.
I am so sorry for your loss, madame.
No, you're not. You're a journalist. Journalists don't feel sorry.
Not true.
We shall see.
Why did your husband send for me? What did he want to discuss?
I have no idea. His business was his business.
He never told you anything.
No, and frankly I preferred it that way. This is quite a scoop for you. I suppose you're already inventing the headlines.
Just because I am a journalist.
Don't patronize me. You're all cut from the same cloth. Do you have any moral sense at all?
I haven't played this one. I may have played the demo.
Yes, that's why I do this job.
You do it to see your name in print.
As if my editor gets the byline, I just do the work.
Well, don't expect my sympathy.
The police will be here soon, madame. Is there anybody you would like me to contact? Family, friends?
No, I have no family. Pierre and I were... He was all I had, really. Not much, was it? The dutiful wife. That was my role. He never talked, never let me in.
I know one thing, madame.
What?
If you want to find out who killed your husband, then you let me do the job, not the police.
Why? How do I know I can trust you?
Your husband invited me here today because he needed me. I think he knew somebody wanted to kill him, and he knew I could help.
I doubt it was your database he was after.
You're wrong. I was onto his killers already, I am sure of it. Please, you owe it to him.
I don't know.
All I need is a few more minutes to look around before the police come.
You really do have a moral sense, don't you? I trust so few people. And perhaps Pierre really did think that you could help. Of course it wouldn't have stopped him seducing you too. Here, take this. It's the key to the drawing room next to the library at the end of the hall. It was Pierre's room. I rarely went in there. I couldn't. I was too scared of what I might find.
Right.
Thank you. I promise you won't regret this.
Alright then. Let's go over here. To the drawing room. Ever so slowly. Camera. Right, let's see here.
The door was locked.
Yes, what? Fine.
Now we were getting somewhere.
Let's go. We have a safe key, but I want to... There's no safe. It's probably behind one of
As
these two
expected,
paintings.
the desk was yet another priceless antique. Yawn. The blotter and in tray had clearly been placed with mathematical precision. My heart skipped a beat. It was a carved elephant. But not just any carved elephant. It had been made by my father. I knew for certain because in my apartment I had its exact twin, carved into a box he had made. So Carchon had known my father. They really must have been friends. I decided to take the carved elephant. It clearly meant nothing to Imelda.
That's nice. Just steal
I didn't
stuff.
want to take the tray, but I knew that I could use it.
Okay.
I didn't need a sheet of blotting paper. Not while it was blank.
Well, how about using this?
The paint would have just soaked into the blotting paper, but the idea was good.
Well, okay. How about this then?
No.
No? Okay. Aha!
I'd spread blue paint over the bottom of the tray. It was ruined. I was a very bad girl, but also quite a clever one.
So what? I used the cloth maybe?
No.
No?
I didn't want to take the tray, but I knew that I could use it. In a way, I was going back to art school.
I guess I need to find a brush of some kind. Let's go ahead and check this place out.
The painting showed the Carchons together, in love. As the poet said, the past is a different country. Or did I read that in a fortune cookie? The painting was attached firmly to the wall. There was the very faintest of clicks.
Click, click. What? Oh, there we go. Aha!
Behind the picture was a safe.
Excuse me. Click, click. What? Really?
It was
Oh,
the
no.
wrong kind of key.
Aww. It's the wrong key.
The
Oops.
safe was locked. I needed the key.
Okay. I found a safe key, but not the right safe key. Anything on the couch?
This wasn't the time for me to lie on the sofa doing my Marie Antoinette impression. Though it is very popular at parties, especially with gay guys. Don't ask me why.
Okay. If you say so. Let's check in here.
Locked. Not surprising, really.
Well, what about the key? Can I use the key on this one? Oh wait. Herp a derp.
It didn't work, but I guess it would have been surprising if it had.
You were all probably already saying they used the wrong key. I just realized that myself. Obviously it's this key. Aha! What's the right safe key?
In the safe was some kind of artifact. There were
Yoink.
strange symbols on its surface. It looked like the printer's blocks I'd made at art school. If there was one thing I'd learned about symbols, they are always important. But these symbols scratched into stone were impossible to read. I needed to find a way of printing them. At least the stone was round. But what could I use for ink?
Oh,
And what
the
could
bigger
I print
out.
on? Sure, I was stealing, but I knew Imelda didn't know about the artifact, and Carchon was past caring.
Aha! I am smart. Let's go over here. Now we roll the artifact in the blue paint.
I rolled the artifact in the paint until it was completely coated.
And then we roll the painted one on the piece of paper. Damn, I'm smart.
Genius! The roller and the pen worked just as I planned. But what did it say?
Hey, it looks like the cloth I picked up earlier.
No. It was some kind of coded message. It read, subjudice. I may not have learned a lot as a journalist, but that was a term I knew well. It means a legal case that is before the courts. Below it was a sequence of letters that made no sense. I suddenly realized there was a connection between the boat ticket and the coded message. The boat ticket was stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. The Conciergerie on the Ile de la Cité, by the river, housed the ancient law courts. So, subjudice could in this case mean literally under the law courts, below the Conciergerie. I was pretty sure I'd found all I could here. And besides, all this opulence was making me pine for my regular life of poverty. This was a huge story. It was also one heck of a puzzle with a lot of pieces missing. But I was going to crack it. And if I could just remember the name of that fancy prize you get for being an ace journalist, I was definitely going to win it this time.
Anyway, I'm out of time, so I hope you've enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope you will come back for the next episode. So, see you guys later. Bye.